What's going on, everybody? It's Joel with Real Broker, and today we're going to talk about why you should not join Real Broker, why you should stay away from cloud-based brokerages, and why it might not be a good idea for us to work together. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. So to start this off, I want to preface by saying the broker doesn't make the person successful, right? If someone's going to be successful, they're going to be successful regardless if they're with Real Broker or if they're with Keller Williams or if they're with, eXp Realty. Really what comes down to is what type of support do you get from your brokerage and how are they helping you accomplish your goals, right? That's the value a brokerage should have. The point is, what are some potential downfalls and pitfalls of a cloud-based brokerage like Real Broker? And that's exactly it, is that it's cloud-based, right? There's no actual brick and mortar, building for you to go to every single day. On some occasions, some teams in some places, they do, don't get me wrong. But the point is that there's not going to be somebody there to hold your hand and spoon feed you. You have to really want to go out there and get it yourself, right? Or you have to be open to surrounding yourself with people who are out there doing big things, right? But the point is that, if you're someone who needs, somebody else to hold your hand and, to spoon feed you things, being with the cloud-based brokerage is just, maybe not a good idea because ultimately we're independent contractors, right? And that's the best thing in the world. And it's also the worst thing, right? Because as independent contractors, we can do what we want when we want. But then again, the big negative is that we can do what we want when we want, So rather than going to work, you can go hang out at the beach, as opposed to having a traditional 9 to 5 where your boss says you have to be in here and you have to be there. Now, the main thing is accountability, right? If you have a brick and mortar store, you're more prone to having someone there and saying, hey, where were you during our sales meeting, as opposed to a cloud-based brokerage. You just have someone who you go underneath and, maybe never talk to them again. So that's why it's important, regardless if you're cloud-based or if you're brick and mortar or, regardless of the business model, it's super important to make sure you interview and you talk and you see what kind of support you're going to get, what kind of people you're going to be around. So that way, whenever you do join a brokerage, regardless of how the business model is, you make the best decision for you and you have people in your corner who are trying to make you succeed. You have people in your corner who are incentivized to make sure that you're succeeding, right? So that's one of the biggest downfalls in a cloud-based brokerage is not necessarily actually having a real office to go and work from, right? Now, that being said, it's all about the support. It's all about the people who are by your side, right? Even if you don't physically have someone by your side, if you have a strong support when it comes to accountability, if you have strong support when it comes to skill development, mindset, you're going to be successful. So that's what I would personally look for in a brokerage. And if you guys are, potentially consider different brokerage options and are curious as to, what the Real Broker business model looks like, I'd love the opportunity to have a conversation with you. So there you guys have it. Until next time, Joel with Real Broker. Talk to you soon.